Good evening, YouTube. This is Kayleen Stern coming at you with my September prepping stock-up haul, and this will be combined into one video because I do not have a huge amount, but as usual I'll show the stuff that has to be kept cold, and then I will pause and go stick it back in the fridge. So I have all that here in this bag. So this came from a few different places. I went to Heidi after I did some advanced meal prep at the mosque, and their bread section was smaller than usual, and there was a third of it was completely empty. So I got this loaf of sandwich bread. Then elsewhere I got this stack of pita breads. This came from Hillel Groceries. Then elsewhere I have a pack of tortillas. And Hillel had, there we go, some halal sliced turkey breast, so I can make sandwiches with that. I got Minamar beef bacon, and here is a pack of La Banderita tortillas. There's 10 in here, so it's another bread. And I got this dried beef. It's round like the dried beef that's in that glass jar that I showed probably a couple months ago. I got that. But this is the packet. And then I got me Hillshire Farm beef smoked sausage. So I'm going to pause all this, get this back in the fridge, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I'm going to go through these 3 bags, and the rest of what's in the bag is all food items. Again, from a few different places. This is double chocolate Oreos. And because you have to mix it up when you have pasta, I got me another Alfredo sauce. This is not a canning jar, I don't think. It does not feel like it, and the lid is not right. But that's okay. I can still repurpose that jar. I got traditional tomato pasta sauce. Got me some mixed fruit. This one is just peaches and pears. So apparently this company was having some issues getting other fruits to add to their stuff, so but that's okay. You know, I'm okay with that. It's still fruit. So I got this can of sliced carrots. Got me a can of green beans. And another tomato. This is stewed tomatoes. You know, I have been hearing on other channels mention that tomatoes are an issue, or will be. And then Major Gray brand chutney. So again, in a glass jar. So once I eat this chutney, I can still reuse the jar. And then to add to my proteins, I got a can of tuna and 2 cans of chicken. And then this can of carrots, I didn't realize it until after I picked it up. And all of this carrots were like that, but that's okay because I got an idea with this. And this may make an appearance in a future video. So the dent is on the side instead of right up at the top. So the top and the bottom look fine, but the dent is on the side. But this gives me an idea. So I'm going to pause this, put these back in the bag, and then I'll pull up the next one. Now on the bag 2 is only a couple items because they're big. Well, 2 of them are. I got me another coffee creamer. I get this brand at Heidi. And then I was looking at the ground coffees, and this metal can of Hy-Vee brand coffee was the best value that I could see there. And plus I have never tried this smooth satin blend, so I'm going to give that a try. And I am out of the Louisiana Tea Bags, so I got me a box. Whenever I get these, I take these out and put them in another container that I can close. Especially since this box is a little dented, but that's okay because I put that in something else anyway. But I'm going to move these to the side. And then I'm going to pull, I'll reposition the cookies. I'm going to pull this bag, start pulling stuff out. I got me some Hy-Vee brand egg noodles. These I will not package for long-term storage because egg noodles will not store well for long-term like other pastas can that do not have egg in them. This will be a user. And I wanted to get a couple of spices that I needed to replace because I used them up when I made a tomato sauce at the mosque for tomorrow's wedding lunch. And all I could find with these little ones, actually I did not have this chili powder, this mild chili powder, I was out of it, but the cilantro, I could not find a bigger one, so I got this little one because I use my cilantro. But that's okay. I will get some more later. I got 5 of these Kool-Aid packets. These are 5 for $2. You used to be able to get probably like 10 for $1 back in the day. But I wanted to have some drink powders that can be made for, like, for instance, if I have to use my stored water that I've had to purify, and I want to change the taste of it to make it more palatable, then these Kool-Aid packets will take care of that. I've tried this popcorn once before. This is Skinny Pop, the aged white cheddar. For commercially produced popcorn. This is pretty good. I like it. I did find a larger container of onion powder. And then some of these items I got multiples of. Just for snacks. Yeah. Of course, these will not be for long term, but if you get these and just keep going through them and getting additional ones, you can have snacks for morale boosters or for on the go. Yep, see, these are the honey mustard. I got 3 of these original seasoned pretzels. See, there's a second honey mustard. There are only 2 of those, but 3 of these. So there's a second one of those. And there's a third one. Oh, I guess there were 3 honey mustards, so. Plus, these are resealable bags. And the fact that they're gusseted, if you can get Mylar bags that are gusseted, they're easy to fill. In fact, that set of Mylar bags that I got, I have already used some out of those, but they are gusseted. They have 3 different sizes in that box. And the Mylar bags that I had left over from the last ones that I bought, I just put in that box. But they're gusseted, and they have the zip. They have the zip across the top like this does. And then 3 more of these pad thai rice noodles. Again, this is something for those that either have celiac or gluten intolerance or something like that, who cannot eat wheat or gluten. You don't have to specifically use these for pad thai. You can use these for other pasta dishes. So this is a good item to add to your preps. And then back behind here, again, that's a 6-pack of Mega Roll Charmin. Oop. This is backwards. A 2-pack of Bounty paper towels. I had a 6-pack of like generic paper towels, but I took those to the powwow for use there. I gave 4 of the rolls to the kitchen, and then the other 2 I kept for the kids' craft area. And the kitchen crew are very happy to see those paper towels. And then, but these would be mine to use, these Bounty rolls. And then a bottle of hand sanitizer, because why not? And then when I was at Hillel today, I was just given a gift by the store owner. This is a little perfume bottle. It's a perfume oil. I do not know what the scent is. I can't figure that out. But these things, I'm not really big into perfumes, but, I accept the gift and, I will keep it. Plus, this can be a good barter item, a morale booster for, a woman or man if you have the men's colognes. Bartering is a good thing to prepare for, so I could barter this if I wanted to. And, I could split this big bottle of sanitizer into smaller bottles and barter that. But, or I could barter my spices. I have a good spice collection. These, I could barter these. And, September is National Preparedness Month. And you'll see lots of videos on lots of channels showing different topics on preparedness throughout this month. So I would highly suggest checking those out, all these videos that are about National Preparedness Month. Lots of preparedness tips and things you can do, different ideas. And the one idea I had, I didn't bring them out, but someone put empty canning jars in the laundry room, plus a couple other jars that were not canning jars, but they were there. There are 4 canning jars. One has a chip just below the rim, but that's okay because I don't can. I dry store in those jars. But hey, it's still a usable jar. And these other jars that do not have lids, I can use them to root something. Say if I wanted to try to root another onion or something, or put a candle in, or some, whatever. There would be good candle jars, or DIY oil lamp jars, oil candles, things like that. But I washed those jars out, and I also got some small canning lids. They're vintage Kerr lids on eBay, and the rim where the seal is, it's wider than the more modern ones. So I needed the rings, so I got that lot specifically to get the rings, but I got lids too. But I'm happy to have that. So that's another thing I did. Anyway, I hope some of these give you ideas on what to add to your preps, especially morale booster items. Get your spices and herbs. And as I said earlier, there may be an issue with tomato products. Wheat is going to be an issue in a lot of places because the harvest has been crap. We are just now improving our drought condition here in Iowa, but it may be too late for some fields because not all of the state has benefited from the recent rains. And in some places it comes too hard, too fast. And with the ground so hard, it doesn't soak in, it just runs off. But anyway, whatever you can do to prep, even if it's just a few things like this. And what I showed before, I put them aside. Now's the time to get it because there may be more problems in the coming months and next year, because these came from last year's harvest. These pretzels were made from wheat from last year's harvest. This onion powder probably came from last year's harvest of onions. The popcorn came from last year's harvest of corn. And this coffee probably came from last year's harvest of coffee beans. Same with the tea. So I have coffee and tea stacked, but I still keep buying additional to use. This one will be a user. This coffee will be a user, but I keep adding some at other times to add to my supply, and I find a place to stick it. And all those buckets that I recently got last, a couple months ago, they're almost all filled up with food. So anyway, now's the time to prep. Do what you can with what you got, as Prepper Princess says. Prep sensibly. And don't go overboard on a lot of stuff, but just... Sorry about that. As I was saying, get what you can with what you got. If you use EBT, the SNAP benefit, you can prep with that. You can buy seeds with that. You can buy food-bearing plants at grocery stores or, say, Walmart with your SNAP card. If you have to use a food pantry, food bank, go there, pick up a few things. They're giving out less and less each time. I also bought a couple of red bell peppers that I did not bring out because I'm going to cut them up and put them on the dehydrator. So yeah, those are I forgot to bring those out, but I did add a couple of red bell peppers because I'm going to dehydrate those. That way I can add to my stash of dried vegetables for later use. So anyway, keep prepping. If you think outside the box, like some of those items that I picked up during the powwow giveaway. That little rabbit bucket is going elsewhere. Some of the seeds that I picked up are going elsewhere. You'll just have to wait to find out where those end up. And those toothbrushes with their holders, I've stashed in a place where I keep barter stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching and catch you on the flip side.